Keeping up the financial support for 7.5 million people, the government in the UK extends its jobs furlough scheme until the end of October. After the lockdown, China's economy is bouncing back and the Communist Party is claiming the credit. Twitter has told employees they can work from home forever if they want to. The company says it's continued to operate effectively with its staff home working in the wake of the lockdown and will be willing to let them continue if their roles within the company allow it. The workforce of 5,000 has been remote working since early March. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced an economic package worth more than $260 billion to support farmers and small and medium-sized businesses. He hinted there might be a further easing of the lockdown. On Tuesday, passenger train services partially resumed. Officials here in the UK are saying about half of patients with Covid-19 don't survive intensive care. For those that do, the recovery is lengthy, both physically and mentally. Needless deaths and suffering. The warning from the leading White House advisor on infectious diseases if controls are relaxed too soon.
If that occurs, there is a real risk that you will trigger an outbreak that you may not be able to control.
The World Health Organization says the Americas are currently the center of the pandemic. The WHO has criticized leaders, it says, failed to listen to its early warnings. Rich Preston has this report.
Brazil is Latin America's largest country, with a population of more than 209 million people, and it's struggled to cope with coronavirus, with over 177,000 cases. More than 12,000 people have died. Figures the WHO says could have been avoided if certain leaders hadn't ignored its warnings. Brazil's president dismissed the virus early on as just a little cold. But Jair Bolsonaro isn't just at odds with the World Health Organization, but with his own state governors too, criticising the varying lockdowns implemented across the country, which he says are unnecessarily damaging the economy. He even fired his own health minister after he recommended social distancing. And there are fears that Brazil won't reach its peak for several more weeks.
The Health Secretary, Matt Hancock, has said it is unlikely that most British people will be able to take foreign holidays this year. His comments come as many airlines announce plans to restart flights. Ryanair intends to restore 40% of its schedule from July. It said all crew and passengers would be required to cover their faces.